Principal Chris Bell, what do you think about the new Toombs County High School?
It's a beautiful facility. We're very excited for our teachers and our students and what this building can offer us. There's a lot more resources available for these teachers, for these students. The athletic facility is beautiful. Our classrooms are outfitted with technology that has not been available in the past. So we're very excited for what's going to be coming down the road for us at Toombs County High School.
How would you describe it?
Phenomenal. There's very few high schools that I've been in, I've walked through. The facilities is just nice. As far as like the athletic facility, I've been to colleges that is impressive as our high school area.
There's a lot of space.
Very much so. We're thrilled about that. We could house almost any kind of event that you could think of, whether it be basketball tournaments, wrestling tournaments. Auditorium is huge. We can hold any school event, whether it be band concerts, whether it be award nights, and then maybe some events for the community. Well, this is one of our science labs. It's a little bit larger than our standard classroom, but it gives you an area to, if you were doing direct instruction or trying to explain, teach a particular standard to the students, and then you have your lab in this area in the back that has your water connections, your gas connections, so you can do any kind of experimental lab work that these students will do inside their science classes. Every science class is set up in a similar fashion, so students have access to lab activities as well as direct instruction, and they're not having to share a lab, which is typically what they've had to do in the past.
Now, obviously, we don't use chalkboards anymore, but tell us about this right here, the Epson.
This is an interactive short throw projector, and in the past, teachers have had actual projectors that just projects images onto either a board or a screen, and unless you had some type of smart board which was completely interactive, you would have to, you were very limited in what you could do with that. This interactive projector allows you to annotate items without having to use any type of smart board. Actually, this turns your regular whiteboard. You can write on the whiteboard, but it also functions as a smart board as well. However, if students or teachers' classes maximum number is 29, we'll take those desks out and allow them to have more space.
Who's a lucky teacher that gets to teach in this room?
This is Kyle Redmond's room. He teaches a couple of our physical science and chemistry classes.
You must be very excited about these facilities.
He is. He's actually one of the teachers who's emailed me a couple times, and he's texted me earlier in the week. He said he'll be here first thing Monday morning ready to set up his room, so he's excited.
This room looks a little different. What is this?
This is basically what one of our typical computer labs will look like. We wanted to make sure that we had enough rooms available for teachers to bring a class in and to do, whether they're doing research online or whether we're testing. There's a big movement in Georgia to test online for standardized testing. So we have about 4 of these available for checkout at any time with teachers in classes. That way all of our students can enjoy access to the technology.
This will be Mrs. Brodnack's art room. What's special about this?
Well, first off, she has the activities stations that her students can work at. She also has a different storage area, and she has an area also for her yearbook staff that they can work on each computer individually. So it's almost like she has her own mini computer lab attached to her art room as well. She's one of our teachers who's on extended day, so she actually doesn't have a planning. Throughout the day, she has a class every single period. So she sees a large population of our students, or a large percentage, I should say, of our students.
Well, this classroom is a lot bigger. What is this?
This is going to be our Family and Consumer Sciences classroom. This is typically Family and Consumer Sciences is what we used to know as home ec. Teresa Standard will be teaching this year. This is actually a new addition to our curriculum options here at Toombs County High School. This will be what we call a new pathway for students. So students who are interested in maybe culinary arts or basically just what we, like I said, curriculum that would be designed like a home ec. This will be what goes on in this room, whether it's cooking, sewing, different things like that.
Well, this looks like the biggest classroom.
Not quite. We have one that's a little bit larger than this, but this is our engineering classroom. These students will do a lot of different projects. They may be working on robotics. They may be working on construction of different types of projects. There's actually a work area, a direct instruction area, and also a computer lab area, because they do a lot of programs or a lot of projects through interactive programs online and through software. So we're very excited about having this space available for these students as well.
Well, I thought the last classroom was big, but this thing is huge. What are we in right now?
This is our ag mechanics lab. Mr. Joey Mumford is our ag mechanics teacher. This is part of our ag program here at Toombs County High School. This is where students will be working with welding, with construction, and other types of projects. He'll have an actual classroom that is actually attached to this lab where he can do his direct instruction. However, when it's time for these guys to work on their projects, they'll have plenty of room. They'll have the technology available to do the projects that they're doing.
What is this right here? I guess this is the main area?
Yes, this is the main commons area. This will probably be one of the largest areas that you have lots of transition between class to class. If you notice up on the ceiling, we have 80-inch LCD screen. We're going to use those for scrolling announcements, for highlights of maybe events that's going on here at the high school, or even just pictures and things. Just something to expose students to what's going on, to try to keep them involved and informed as much as possible. This is our media center. Right now, it's being used to prepare some of the things that's going in the classrooms. However, this is going to be where students come to work on projects, check out books, and teachers may check this area out as well to bring a class. But this will be Tracy Hart's area, and we're very excited about this. This is a vast improvement from what we had this year.
Is this like a new school library?
Yes.
Where are we now?
This is actually going to be a very unique lab that we have. Here in Toombs County, we receive what we call the SRI grant, Striving Readers Initiative. It's basically federal monies that's supposed to be utilized to try to improve literacy throughout the curriculum. And this lab is actually going to be set up much different than any other lab we have here. It'll have a direct instruction area. It'll have a computer lab area. It'll also have a reading area. So if you can use your imagination, we'll have a couch. We'll have end tables on the couch for students to sit and read. They'll have interactive computer area as well as the direct instruction. We're very excited for that, and we hope that people will come and see what the end product is.
What's the story on the Bulldog?
Well, we wanted something to kind of liven up the area, and Mr. Neil Salter, he's one of helps us with our facilities and maintenance. He volunteered to help us put something in here to kind of liven the area up and show a little bit of school pride. So he put together this Bulldog head and come in here and hung it up for us, and we're very proud. We think it looks great, and I think it'll instill a little bit of school pride here. So
this is where everybody chows down during lunch.
Yes, this is much different from what our students have been used to in the past. We try to differentiate a little bit, make it a little bit more like a cafe area. Ms. Courtney Gay, who's our food and nutrition director, she had a lot. She was very involved in the planning of this, and I believe our students will be very thrilled with it. This is our main corridor. Student drivers and drop-off students will come in the front of this corridor. Our bus riders will be dropped off in the back. But we want students to come on in the mornings, and this will be an area for us to, for them to, socialize and hang out until it's time to go to class, and stay cool in the summer and stay warm during the winter. So we're very excited to have this area large enough that can house our student body here.
You could put every student in here, couldn't you?
Yes, sir. It looks as if you could probably drive 2 semis straight down here side by side.
How many lucky students will be attending Toombs County High School this coming school year?
We're looking at being right around 900 students, so we're very excited that we have this brand new facility to accommodate that number of students. That was one concern we've had with the school in the past, is we felt the cramped space for the amount of students we have. Now we'll be able to accommodate the population a little bit better.
Coach Chuck Hill. How would you describe the new basketball home of the Toombs County Bulldogs?
State of the art. There's no doubt about it. We, and I'm biased being from here and whatnot, but it's the nicest high school gym I've been in. It's unbelievable. I know the county, the town's excited about it. I hope we'll be able to pack it out sometimes. That'll be hard to do, but if you can start winning, start building a program, people will come. But it's really exciting. Our school in general, it's really, really nice, and kids are fired up about it. And it's just so much bigger, so much more room, cleaner. The fans aren't right on top of you, so it's more people friendly, and it's definitely more basketball friendly, and we're fired up about it. The floor sits down. It'll hold probably 2,000 people if I had to guess. There's 30 foot behind either end basketball goals, as opposed to our school now where there's probably 8 foot. If you get fouled hard, you're going to hit the wall. At this gym, there's no way you can hit the wall. It's just way more spread out. The goals on the sides, you can run full court games going sideways. This is very basketball friendly. The floor is beautiful. It's got a two-tone paint. It's beautiful. I don't really know how to say. It's just kind of one of those things you've got to walk in and see, and kind of you look at it like, wow, this is a high school gym. This is Toombs County High School gym. But, it's something we're proud of. It's something we're going to take care of, and it's something we look forward to playing in for the years to come.